Hello and welcome to another video of The Long Termer. In this video, I will be sharing with you the ownership experience of Maruti Suzuki WagonR. Not just one WagonR, but two WagonRs of different years. The cars that we have here is the top of the line VXi variant of both the WagonRs. On the left is a 13-year-old car and on the right is a 3-year-old car. This car has clocked close to 95,000 kilometers. Even after all these years, this car seems to be in the perfect condition. With respect to the dimensions of this car, this WagonR is slightly bigger in all the angles, except for the fact that the ground clearance and the wheelbase remains the same. Even the engine configuration slightly varies in the two, but that I will be talking to you in the later part of this video. On this car, WagonR's embossing is on the body panel of the car. There is also a rear fog lamp in this car. The rear windshield gets the defogger and the taillights are halogen based. Whereas, on the contrary, the WagonR's embossing on this car is on a chrome strip over the number plate. In addition to the defoggers, this car even gets a rear wiper. The tail lamps are refreshed and gets the halogen treatment. The car comes with reverse parking sensors but not the rear fog lamp. Even after 10 years between the two, the changes are minuscule and they look more than the same. WagonR has always been known for its boxy and tall boy styling, which is majorly felt when you see it from the sideways. The car even comes with roof rails. The ORVMs are electronically adjustable. The 14 inches steel wheels with wheel caps. The side look of both the car remains more than the same. Even the height is same at 1700 mm. The wheels are also the same. The side profile remains more than the same and there are literally no such character lines even after 10 years between these two. There are just three differences that I can point out to you. The spoiler is a bit too different. The ORVMs are now body colored. Even the door handles are body colored. The ORVMs in both the cars are a bit too bigger and at times creates lots of blind spot. The stickering here is due to the fact that this is a special edition. With respect to the front end of the car, the headlamps of this particular WagonR was easily recognizable as they were very distinct in its appearance. The grille gets the silver finish along with the tiny chrome strip. Suzuki's embossing is also done in chrome. The car also gets the fog lamps, which in a 13-year-old car is definitely a surprise. Now coming to the front end of this particular WagonR, I feel that the front end is heavily updated in this car. The low hung bumper and these angular headlamps makes the car a bit more aggressive than the former. It loses out the silver finish on the front grille, but still, as a whole, this is a better looking car. The headlamps in both these cars are positioned quite well, which in turn helps in the overall visibility at night. Even the fog lamps do a great job. These are the halogen based tail lamps on both these cars. Keyless entry is there on both the cars, however, the keys are a bit different. Now, let's check out the boot space of both the cars. The boot space on offer in both these cars are at 180 liters and it is decent enough. Whereas, in the new WagonR, you get a remote trunk opener and a fuel lid opener. Another thing that distinguishes both these cars is the fact that this new WagonR gets the rear parcel tray, which is a useful addition. Coming to the interiors of these cars, in the older WagonR, when you open the door, on the door panel, you can see fabric stitching, but the windows are manually adjustable. These are the rear seats. The legroom and headroom on offer is also very decent. But these headrests are not adjustable. The seats can accommodate 3 passengers, but they will not be at a comfortable place. Now coming to the newer WagonR, when you open the door, you can see subtle changes that are done to this car. The fabric stitching is there. There are rear power windows with piano black finish. Door handles have silver finish. Scuff plates are an aftermarket equipment. There are also now adjustments for the rear headrest, which is a very good touch, but a rear armrest is still missing. The leg space remains the same as the wheelbase remains unchanged. Coming to the front sides of the car, when you open the older Wagoner, on the door panel, you can see that there are fabric stitching, controls for the front two power windows, space for magazine holders. The front seats does not get any sort of height adjust. Beneath the steering wheel, there are cubby holes and cup holders, which are a great utilization of space. These are the pedals, you don't get any sort of footrest. Now here are the controls for the ORVM and the headlight leveler. This is the toggle for the headlight, analog instrumental cluster and the power steering, the toggles for the wiper. The dashboard of the car looks very plain and simple. In addition to the glove box, there are lots of cubby holes and storage spaces available on this car. Manual air conditioner and the aftermarket music system. There's even an ashtray in this car. 5-speed manual transmission. There is even a cup holder here. The front seats gives a commanding position but are on a firmer side. Now coming to the newer Wagoner, when you open the door, you will see that there is the fabric stitching. On the door panel are the controls for all the 4 power windows along with adjustments for the ORVM, and they are not foldable. Silver finish on the door handle. There is even a speaker along with the magazine holder, the scuff plate. Even this car misses on the height adjustment for the driver's side seat. Besides the steering wheel are the controls for the anti-theft alarm, fog lamps and the headlight leveler. This is a cup holder. The AC vents are now circular and have the silver finish. The power steering has now piano black finish and it comes with tilt adjust, which was not present in the earlier car. It is a bit of a disappointment that even after 10 years, Maruti have not placed a footrest in the car. The car also has aftermarket blue color illumination, the boot and the fuel lid opener. The seats here are an improvement than the other car. Even the black and beige treatment on this car looks very premium and the plastics quality is also good. The analog instrumental cluster. The sunshade and the lights of both the cars remains the same. On the driver's side you get a ticket holder as well. The IRVM. This is the light I was talking about. Co-passenger side gets a vanity mirror, which is a great touch. The fuel gauge is now digitally based. This is the tuned-in music audio system. It gets FM, AM, CD player, the manual air conditioner, cubby holes and the 5-speed manual transmission, the handbrake of the car. There is even a cup holder back here. The overall fit and finish is far better than the earlier car. The storage space over the glove box is now covered, which is a great touch. There are also lots of piano black touches, the glove box of the car. Now talking about the engine specifications of both these cars, the older Wagoner gets the 1.1 liter FC petrol engine which produces 63 brake horsepower and the torque of 83 Newton meters at 3500 RPM. Whereas this is the 1 liter K10 engine which produces the same power but has more torque, that is of 90 Newton meters at 3500 RPM. But does it really makes the difference? Let's check out. Now talking about the driving dynamics of the older Wagoner, I would like to say that in spite of this being a 13-year-old car and which has been driven for more than 95,000 plus kilometers, the car still feels very agile to drive and it is also very responsive. The clutch and the gearbox are on the firmer side and requires lots of effort to move ahead. One of the things that really troubled me in this particular car was the fact that whenever I used to put the car in the first gear and left my foot from the clutch pedal, the car always used to come at a standstill. That is, at the time of leaving the clutch, you also need to accelerate a bit to move ahead. This is something which you will definitely not prefer when you are on a neck-to-neck traffic. The car is very noisier when you push it off to its limits. Furthermore, when you take the car to rough patches, the car makes lots of rattling noise. The brakes do a fine job and the overall visibility of the cabin is also very impressive. Overall, the car does a decent job, and the shortcomings of this car have been tried to be rectified in this generation of the Wagoner. Comparatively, this is a pretty new car as it is just 3 years old and has been driven for only 7,500 kilometers. Now, with respect to the extra 7 Newton meters of torque I was talking about earlier, this particular thing can be easily felt when you're driving this car. The car feels more punchier, the gear shifts are better, and you don't need to shift the gears too often when the car comes at a halt. Also, the requirement of accelerating the car when the car moves from a standstill is not felt in this particular Wagoner. This steering wheel gives a better feedback than the two, but when you take it to sharper turns, it at times feels underweight. The suspension does a great job and it even absorbs bumps and potholes at ease. Both the car gets disc brakes on the front and drums on the rear, but this particular car also gets anti-lock braking system along with 2 airbags. Both the car gives fuel efficiency figures of close to 16 km per litre. In the used car market, a 2007 model Maruti Suzuki Wagoner can be easily found for Rs 1 lakh, whereas the new Wagoner can be easily found for a price of Rs 3.5 lakh rupees. That is, there is a price difference of Rs 2.5 lakh rupees between the two. Now, should you buy the new one or the old one? If you don't have budget constraints, then I would definitely recommend you to go with the new Wagoner. But if you have and you don't drive too much, then you can go with the older Wagoner. Moreover, it will be a better proposition if you will increase your budget a little and go for a 7 or 8-year-old Wagoner. That would be it for this video. Kindly like, share, comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more such reviews. Thanks for watching.